Protocol and ethics in the workplace. The essential rules of good business ethics. Good manners are the art of making those people easy with whom we converse. Whoever makes the fewest persons uneasy is the best bred in the company. Jonathan Swift, 1720.
What Jonathan Swift wrote nearly 300 years ago still applies today. It is important to make those around you feel at ease, to show consideration for the people you work with, regardless of whether they are above or below you in the company structure. This does not mean that you have to constantly flatter everyone around you. This will soon be sickening to everyone who comes in contact with you. Simply having respect for others and doing your job to the best of your ability will get you a long way. If you stick to the following essential rules, you will go much further than you expect.
Honesty. There is no substitute for honesty. You should be scrupulously honest at all stages of your career. There will be many occasions on which your honesty and your integrity will come under scrutiny, and it is how you act on these occasions that will pave the way for your future.
Consideration. Being able to listen to others, to consider their thoughts and their feelings, usually before speaking and acting, is the basis of consideration. Being consistently considerate will take you far both in and out of the workplace. In a South African context, there is an added dimension in that you need to show consideration for people who come from cultures and backgrounds that might be different to our own. Offering help where help is needed and showing respect at all levels is equally important.
Good manners. Many people today maintain that good manners are a thing of the past, and that young people know little about them. The latter may be true, but those who do not have good manners will find that they won't get very far in the business world unless they can learn them very quickly. Whether you are dealing with people on the telephone, face-to-face in the office, at lunch, or socially, your actions are determined by your manners, and the amount of respect that you win is often directly proportional to your manners. Indeed, good manners are the foundation on which a successful business career is based.
Discretion. The old saying, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, applies at all times in the workplace. The golden rule is to be thoughtful towards others, and to always keep your thoughts to yourself. Passing on office gossip may benefit someone, but it's most unlikely to be you. You will get much further by being loyal to your firm than you ever will by being the office gossip. Sensitivity comes into play here, and it is important to curb the tendency to pass on information, even though it often seems to be a natural tendency over which you have little control.
Personal matters. Sometimes it's hard not to bring your personal problems to work. But if you apply the golden rule of don't bring your personal life to work with you, you won't go far wrong. Work is work and home life is home life. The workplace is not the place to deal with your domestic problems. No boss wants to constantly catch you on the telephone to your friends or family discussing personal matters. If it's a matter that could affect your work, the best way is to discuss it with your employer and see how you can most effectively resolve the problem without it affecting your work.
Responsibility. How you look at responsibility depends on whether you are seeking to be given responsibility, or whether you have the power to allocate responsibility. There is nothing worse than to be sitting in a job, waiting to be given a task that really matters, but it's never you who is asked to do what seems to be the really important work. You will almost certainly begin to feel quite demotivated, and your work performance will suffer.
On the other hand, you may be in a position where you carry some authority and, indeed, are able to pass some of it to others. This passing of responsibility is called delegation. You may find that you simply cannot carry out all your duties, but you do have one or two juniors working under you. In this situation, it makes sense to ask them to do some of the more routine and onerous jobs. Not only does this make your life easier, but it also makes your juniors' work more interesting. The question that now arises is, how much of your work do you pass on and to whom? And how important is that work?
Delegating is not always easy, but people who learn to successfully delegate will find their lives much easier. How you delegate responsibility is extremely important. Nobody wants to be made to feel like a dumping ground, but it is possible to pass on some duties in such a way that the people concerned feel as though they are being given a real opportunity.
Being fair. How you treat your colleagues will show whether or not you are fair. Ideally, you will treat everyone with the same respect, courtesy and understanding. If you are asked a favor by someone, your reaction should be the same whether it is the boss or the junior messenger. If you treat everyone as you yourself would like to be treated, you will find that you can't go wrong.
Acknowledging success. There will be times when one of your colleagues will be promoted, or even just congratulated on a job well done. This is a good opportunity for you also to acknowledge his or her achievement. If a colleague does something for you or for the firm particularly well, don't hesitate to tell them what a great job they have done. Hard work deserves a reward, and this lies in the good feeling that comes from having been acknowledged.
Showing your appreciation. When someone goes out of their way to help you, even if it's only by giving you information or by telling you where you can get some information, it is not only polite but essential that you show your appreciation. Apart from having made a good impression, you know that you can always approach that particular person again. Appreciation can take the form of a simple thank you note, flowers or chocolates. Even a phone call will be appreciated as it shows that you are aware of the value of the help given. Whatever form the thank you takes, what is important is that you have taken the time to make the gesture.
Performance and productivity. It may seem obvious, but good performance and high productivity are important. It is also important to remember that the better you perform, the more productive you will be in your job.
Punctuality. Every job has its own set of working hours, which may not be the traditional 9 to 5. You may have to start as early as 7:30 a.m., or you may even be asked to work a night shift. What is important is that the time stated in your job description is the time at which you start work. Not half an hour later, or even 5 minutes later, but punctually at the stated time. Of course, nobody minds if you start early. You may think that it won't matter if you arrive a few minutes late, but somebody usually notices and ultimately it will count against you.